Everybody please welcome with the voice of sweet molasses, the one and only Markiplier!
Hi, my name is Markiplier. I'm from the YouTube channel Markiplier. You may know me from the E-meme. It's me. Yeah. So they asked me to come on the stage to talk to you about my sources of motivation, what inspires me to keep going as a creator. And when I tried to condense the encyclopedic knowledge that I have in my head about what drives me in a 5-minute speech, it really came down to a very simple idea, a thought that goes through my head all the time, something I think about a lot. And that's simply, how is this story going to end? How is my channel going to end? I think about it. How many of you have uploaded videos, YouTube channels of your own, stuff like that? Okay, imagine that YouTube suddenly decided to change their algorithm and it was gone. Terrifying. Just gone. All that hard work just gone. I think about it. And it's a scary thought, but trust me when I say, thinking about the possible end of my channel has been the single greatest source of motivation in my entire life. Because I started YouTube for one very simple reason. And that's because I didn't like myself. I didn't like who I was. I hated the fact that I drifted through life and allowed myself to passively get to a point where I wasn't in control. And where I was at the time was lying in a hospital bed after they had just ripped a tumor out from my stomach. And I was sitting there, and the only thing I could possibly imagine was myself 50 years in the future, looking back at everything that I had done, all of the regrets that I had, all the choices that I had passively just tossed aside. And I hated it. I didn't like who I was. I didn't like that ending. But the realization that it existed, that it wasn't a possibility, not that it could happen, but that was going to happen if I didn't make a choice, was the most freeing moment of my life. And I made a choice. I made a choice that I was going to be the type of person that took the risk, that was willing to lose out on something that I already had. And it may not have worked. It may not have worked. It may have failed. I didn't even start with YouTube. I started with trying to write a book, trying to make video games, trying to make a comic, trying to do art. All of them failed. I landed on YouTube and finally found something that could be something bigger than what I was. And fast forward a few years, and suddenly I've got a following. I've got a fan base. I've got people that are watching my videos. I've got people that look up to me for inspiration. And suddenly, I think about myself again, that ending that I imagined. The old man looking back on his life with regret. It was impossible. There was no way. I had something that I could never regret. I had something great. I had something special. And this, thank you. And this may all seem very poetic for what amounts to me making videos about a bathtub full of mashed potatoes, but I don't look at making videos as just making videos. I look at it as pages of my life. If this is a story and there is an ending, these videos that I'm putting out every single day, they're a little piece of myself. They're a piece of you. And you make something. It can be anything besides videos. It can be literally anything. You're making something and you're taking a part of yourself. You're molding it and you're looking at it and you're reflecting at it. And then you just let it go to the world. And it exists. And then you move on. And as you do this day by day, you slowly build who you are. And the ending, you know it's going to happen. Like, I'm not talking about life, but if my channel only had a year left, and hopefully I've got a few years left after that, but if my channel only had a year left, I would make that the best year of my entire life. And I want you to not be afraid of it. I want you to never, ever be afraid that just because something's good, it will end. Accept it, the realization of that. And then work every single day to try to change.